I'm holding court, you standing trial. Why ain't I see you round back when I was down? I'm holding court, you standing trial. Why ain't I see you round back when I was down? They ain't believe in me in the beginning, but wanna hang around now they see me winning. I'm holding court, you standing trial. Why ain't I see you round back when I was down?
Yo, it's your boy Big Court from the Holdin Court Podcast. Today's episode is sponsored by the ice cream man himself, Master P, Master Crunch Cereal. This is the Honey Nut Toasted Oats, available in all grocery stores. So go to your local grocery store and pick this up. And this is a cool collectible box, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, this is pretty dope. Master Crunch Cereal. Go pick yours up. Salute. Hey, what's up, world? Welcome to the Holdin Court Podcast with your boy Big Court. You know what I'm saying? Today we got a very special guest, a dear friend of mine, somebody I consider family, my big brother from another mother, real talk, my no limit brother, you know what I'm saying? No limit, underboss, boss of all bosses, you know what I'm saying? Big Boz of No Limit Records.
Yes,
What's
sir.
good with you, big brother?
Man, beautiful, man. Happy to be here, man. And I'm definitely happy to see you doing your thing, man. It's a long time coming, and I told you was on the right track a long fucking time ago. So now you're starting to see the fruits of your labor, man. It's beautiful to see that, you know?
Yeah, I appreciate that, big brother. One thing, though, that I appreciate about you, man, you have always supported me for years, forever. Anything I ever wanted to do, you pull me to the side, and you always tell me the truth, no matter if I want to hear it or not. You know what I'm saying? You're going to keep it 1,000, you know what I mean? And you, even the phone call that you gave me, you called me about a month or two ago?
About a month ago.
Out the clear blue, and you gave me some real words, and they hit right on time too, because you know we in this business, bro, and we live in this life, and you could be feeling some kind of way, and that just show you that you in tune, you know what I'm saying, with your guy, and you gave me some real words, so that's what I always love about you, you know what I'm saying. You always gonna keep it 1,000.
Man, you know, I tell people all the time, you're more connected than you know to other people. And then when your soul resonates with somebody, you can feel them. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes I just get a feeling and a thought that, you know, a partner of mine or somebody that, you know, I'm close to, you know, need to hear from me.
Yeah.
Or might, you know, need this or need that. So I pick up the phone and I do it out the clear blue sky, just like I did with you, because I was feeling that.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? My dude, I know my dude out there grinding, he making moves and shit going, but I got to make sure he understand he on the right track and he doing the right motherfucking thing, and don't let nobody stop you from doing nothing you're doing. I don't care how hard it get, what happened. Nigga, what's up? It is what it is. You know, my number ain't changing.
The words was right on time, big brother. So, hey, I want to start from the beginning, bro, because, you know, everybody knows your face. Everybody knows your name, you know, like the old Cheers song, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
But, you know, a lot of people, you know, you still kind of a mystery, you know what I mean? Let's start from the beginning, bro. Like, you from New Orleans, you grew up in what part?
Calio Project, same way place P did. I just was a little older than P. So I was out off the porch a little bit older. You know, I've been out there since I was a youngster. You know, like you. Cut my teeth, getting street poison early, all that shit.
You already know we was living on the precipice of disaster. You know,
oh, without a doubt. You understand? Don't know. That still today don't know how we got out that motherfucker to be right here, right now. You understand? But by the grace of God, I guess that's what got us here. You know?
Yeah, real talk. So you and P, y'all go back, y'all childhood friends.
Yeah. Ever since we was young, and we went to the same kind of grade school called St. Monica, and that was a place that they said, you know, certain kids got to go there if their parents could afford to send them. It was a private school, but most of the kids in the project went to public schools, and so we wore uniforms with the private school shit like that. So that created a dichotomy and made it like a difference between this and that and the third, you know, and that also perpetuated me into the streets and doing violent shit and shit like that. You know what I mean? Because people seem to think that if you go into a better school or you got education, that you trying to be better than them, or they feel some type of way about it. So they gonna try to pick on you, especially with me being light skinned, growing up in the project and all that shit, man. So that just started me on that road early.
Yeah, yeah. And so that was in the Calliope?
Yeah, that was in the Calliope project. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, what was a young boss like? You know what I'm saying? As a kid, was you know what I mean? Was you rambunctious? Was you
Oh,
outgoing? Was you an introvert? Like,
not really. I was always, kind of outgoing, but as a kid, I hung out with older people, older motherfuckers. Like the OGs in the neighborhood grabbed me up when I was 12, 13
mm-hmm,
years old. You know what I mean? I was
mm-hmm,
running in the street doing things, been learning from them. They started me off with, they used to like to play sports and shit like that. So I should be out there doing that with them. They might have been 20, 21. I was like 13, you know what I mean? And
mm-hmm.
they was teaching me different things they wanted me to know, but I was always educated
Yeah.
because my parents reared me. My mother anyway made sure I went to a Catholic school in
Mm-hmm.
order to get my academic
Yeah,
prowess up. You know
for
what I
sure.
mean? So be able to write, speak well, shit like
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. I always used to say, man, good manners, and respect and being able to speak well will get you indoors. The money can't. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yes, indeed, yes,
Yeah.
indeed.
Um, so I mean, what did you want to be when you was young? Like, what did you think that Boz was gonna grow up to be?
Motherfucking hustler. That's all I saw. Well, when I was young, man, coming up, I didn't really realize that they had all these different opportunities in the world. To be an actor, to be fucking doctors and all that shit. I didn't see none of that. All I saw was this nigga, motherfucker named Sam Scully coming down Galvin Street, the street I lived on, you understand, in a 98. You understand? This
Yeah,
just
you
the
said it is 98.
Oldsmobile.
What's that? Is that the
Yeah, the
Delta? The
Oldsmobile.
Oldsmobile. Yeah, yeah,
Oldsmobile was called a 98
yeah.
Oldsmobile. This was in 1978. Motherfucker coming down the avenue with coach lights on the side,
Yeah,
elbows on that thing, bow ties, you understand?
yeah,
Most
yeah,
beautiful thing I ever seen in my life. I said, I don't give a fuck what he do. That's what I wants to be. You
yeah.
know what I mean? And that's how we was as kids. And then I had like a lot of girl cousins and shit like that. So
Mm-hmm.
he was sweet on one of my cousins and shit. And he used to call me, man, give me $50 to go call her so he could talk to her and shit like that. She was scared to death. Her name was Gwen. Gwen would be scared to death to go talk to him and shit. I say, shit, he give me $50 just to come get you, bitch. What you think he gonna give you? What the fuck is wrong with you? You better get your broke ass down there. You understand? And go get this motherfucking money. And that was inspiration to me. Like the song Ghetto Heroes, if you listen to it, that Pete made, we did that together. And I was sitting down there reciting like all of the people. Like he knew some guys, I knew others.
Mm-hmm.
I knew more than him because I was like older.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was really in it with
Yeah,
them.
yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I mean? Because they got me as a youngster and started
yeah,
grooming me.
yeah,
When I was 12 or 13, Pete was like 9,
yeah, yeah,
8, so I was, I was on one already. By
yeah.
the time high school and shit came, it was all
Yeah, it
over.
was a wrap. You was already knee
Yeah,
deep.
I'm fucked up. I
Yeah.
was fucked up by then.
So, bruh, so you never, even as a kid, said, you know what? I want to go be a fireman. I wanted to, when you rose your hand and they said, well, what you want to be? You said, I want to be a motherfucking hustler.
You better ask somebody.
Just like Snoop said in the motherfucking video. Nigga, I didn't.
Yeah.
We had a paper in school, and a partner of mine wrote about the future. And this in high school,
Mhm.
and they was asking, "What's the future?" And he wrote, "It's gonna be wrestling and drugs." He said, "That's the future." He said, "That's gonna be the future." I'm telling y'all, this is always gonna be drugs, and this was in 1979, 80.
Yeah.
So that shit was right. He was right on time.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
around that time. Then all that shit with the Contra affair, and they was smuggling drugs in the United States, selling them for arms and all kind of shit like that. So he was right on time with that. You understand?
But shit, back. So I'm thinking in your day, it wasn't even. It was about boy back then.
No, it was about both. It was about girl and boy. It was really 3-wheel motion because we had weed too. Because I started off, when they first started me off, it was marijuana. I started smoking weed around 6th grade. By the time I was in the 7th grade, I was fucking selling joints and shit. Bro would give me a quarter-pound, roll up puffies. We had little $2 joints. We sell those. So when I started high school, in the 9th grade, I would go to school. I roll up like 50 joints every day. Bam, and I sell them. And that'll be my money. That's my hustle. That's every day I'm doing that. Every day I go to school, I got $52 joints, so I'm making $100 a day. This in 1979.
Wow.
So, you know, that was my thing. So I was doing that. Then I was, you know, buying clothes, dressing, and finessing. Shit. You know, I rock court.
Oh, I already know.
Nigga been fly like that since he was a child.
Oh,
man.
you've been, you know what I'm saying? Ever since you was young, I guess you fell in a box of glitter, been shining ever since then. Cause I know every time I see you, you shining. I already know that you dress, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Drip be real. What, so that transition, cause I mean, at some point, you know, we all kind of start out with weed, you know what I'm saying? Cause I did the same thing, you know what I mean? I started out with weed, then I moonlighted with some other bullshit, you know what I mean? I didn't like that, but I ended up going back to weed. So at what point did you know what I'm saying, say, okay, I'm gonna go fuck with this, go get to this real money?
Well, it wasn't really about the money, it's about what position they put me in. Cause once they saw, when I started with the weed and started doing that, making a little money, they was like, come here, little boy. Yeah, take this. It's a bundle. You know what I mean? They showed me what a bundle was. Bundle was these little aluminum foil bags of dope. And they would give you a bundle of them, the aluminum foil bags. They were like $10 a bag. So they give you like $350 worth in a bag. And they tell you, here, go stand right here, go in this hallway here, take this pistol, and don't let nobody go in your bags and check on you. We gonna run the junkers that way. If they want it, sell it to them, but don't let them fuck with you. If they play with you, spank them. It's as simple as that. That's all. You know what I mean?
And they taught you this at how old?
I was about 13 when I was talking that.
Damn, that's some cold shit, bro. You got turned out early.
Man, they wasn't playing, man. They would recruit young guys back then because you know they got juvenile charges.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you remember Miller that was running with us. He got juvenile life. Juvenile life. Same thing. Yeah. He was in the hallway with the dude. The same thing went on. He wound up hit the dude from. He kind of shot across the thing. He wasn't really aiming, you know, but he hit the dude in the mouth, blew his brains out. So he wound up doing juvenile life. He was like 14 when he left.
Damn, yeah.
But he was younger than me too. Like all them cats was younger than me. Like when they started doing it, I was like the eldest statement. You know, I was an older dude, older cat.
So I can imagine though, because I know you to be very intelligent. You probably still got straight A's and shit in school.
Yeah. School wasn't no problem for me. You know, navigating that wasn't hard. You know, motherfucker read, my comprehension level was always good. Yeah. But I had good basis and foundation from all them, you know, primary, elementary schools and stuff that my mom sent me to. Then I went to an all boys academic collegiate high school. They put like 80% people graduate from there, go to college. And out of that 80%, another 75% graduate from college. Shit like that. So I was real that.
So once you graduated, bro, what'd you do once you came out of high school?
As you know, I just continued to sell dope all the way through that. And then after I got out of high school, I was still in the streets. And then I started going to college, but I was hustling still. And then I started getting in trouble. Like, with the police and shit, like getting, you know, fucking assault charges, all kind of shit going on. Because back then the police used to jack us a lot. Like they catch you with money, dope, they'll take it from you. You know what I mean? Shit like that. They be looking for motherfuckers, set them up, put dope on you if they won't give you a charge, shit like that. So I started getting in trouble and shit. And I was going to college and I started getting in trouble and then going to, you know, about like going to jail, I felt this bad aura on me. So they had a guy come down and they was recruiting people to come to this aeronautics school in Oklahoma, Tulsa, Oklahoma. So I signed up with them and I wound up leaving New Orleans and I went to Tulsa, Oklahoma to go to avionics school. And I went there, graduated, but when I'm in Tulsa at avionics school, I bumped into a cat named Big E, my partner out in LA.
I met Big E. I met him at the movie set.
So he had a partner named E-Bone, and then he had another partner named Van. And Van and E-Bone had all the cocaine you could shake a stick at. So I'm just out there going to school. I bump into E. We go to LA. He turned me on to all that. So fuck it. Here we go again. You know what I'm saying? And we was in Oklahoma. So I'm in Oklahoma and Tulsa, and I done got plugged up with E. Back then, you know, bricks was like 13 a brick.
So 13 back then.
Yeah, it was 13 back then, man.
Shit.
This is like 82.
So that means shit. Them zippers was what, $600?
Shit, it was 2,000 in Oklahoma.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. God,
I was on a crazy.
That's why you was down there. Okay.
That's why I was down. But I didn't know, but I don't know why. I mean, like just all through my life. I don't know 60, why.
You getting 70. You getting 70 off a book.
Yeah. That's what I was doing.
Yeah.
Wow. That's what I was doing. And you know me, at that time, I was breaking it down to the lowest terms. I was 8-balling it out and all that. I was killing the game. I take a whole brick, go 8 balls all the way up, straight up. I wouldn't even do it. The first time, I didn't even do ounces.
Yeah.
They couldn't even see. I was on the ground. Then as I'm doing that, I bumps into E. And then that's when me and E hooked up right around the time when I get ready to graduate from school.
Mm-hmm.
So I graduated from school, and then the plant shut down because Boeing took their contract. It was another Nordum or something like that. Mm-hmm. Boeing took a big contract from them. They had to lay some people off. Mm-hmm. So I got laid off, and then when I got laid off, I bump into E. Me and him start running it. Bam, we go to LA, on and popping after that.
Yeah, shit. Yeah, wow. So now you graduate, you get laid off from your job, so now you knee deep in the hustling, right? So you getting a good run, you getting to the money.
Oh my God, back at it again.
So how long was that run?
That run lasted about a year or so because we got knocked off.
Mm-hmm. What happened with that? What happened? Detail what happened with that.
What happened? A guy named it was a couple of guys from New Orleans came up there. So there was one guy named Troy, and Troy was a square dude, and he was working in restaurant and shit, but we was making money, and he was like, man, put me on, help me, dude. I'm from New Orleans, you my guy, man. Come on, man, do this, do that. But I'm like, dude, you're a square and you ain't really cut for this. You know what I mean? Man, just give me a shot, bro. You letting all these niggas out to do it. Man, I'm your homeboy. So I'm like, okay, I gave him some shit to do, he fuck it up. You know what I'm saying? I gave him some other shit to do, he fuck it up. And instead of me cutting my losses, I said, well, look, I'm gonna put you on this plane and you pick this package up, bring it back, they're gonna pay off your debt.
Yeah.
Man, I sent this man on the plane and he got busted with the money on the way to go to school. And when he did, he whatchamacallit, man. As soon as the people touched him with the money, he told God on Jesus.
Wow.
Man, I'm telling you.
So hold on. So this man just got caught with money and gave it all up.
Told God on Jesus. They slapped him once to talk and twice to shut up.
Damn. So I'm assuming he get popped with the money going. So do they allow him to go and cop and do a control?
Yep, that's exactly what he did.
Yeah.
He went bust E brother.
Mm-hmm. Damn.
So when he busted E brother and wife was in the house, but they would go get the shit. Troy, he was gonna fly back. Mm-hmm. He bust E brother. So when brother get busted with the work, then he fucking turned over. Mm-hmm. He tell on his brother and me and my other partner Felton.
Damn. So hold on. Homie told on his own brother.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Gave him up.
Wow. So at that time, did he like come back, get y'all to work, and then
No, I knew something was wrong because he took too long. Like I had done this a few times with people and I knew the schedule. I would make them call me when you land, call me when you get where you're going, call me. I knew you got to call and check in with me at every point. Make
sure it ain't no lag time.
But it was lag. See, when the lag time came from him leaving and getting there until he got there and then he told me, oh man, the flight got delayed, this, that, and the other. I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then he was, he just wasn't talking. He was fidgety like and shit like that. So I was like, man, all right, I'm going to be gone, man. I just was hiding there to see what you was doing because I figured I was being, recorded by them.
Yeah.
I hangs up the phone, pack up all my shit, get everything together, my little change and all that. Boom. I head out. And I sit across the street at a restaurant and I'm watching all these cars going to this apartment complex where I was living. Mm-hmm. So I'm across the street watching them. Mm-hmm. They going in 7-8 cars deep. So I know with the people, they go kick the door and whatever, think they gonna bust me. I'm gone. Mm-hmm. So I was on the lam for about 6-8 months.
Damn. So what they hit you with, conspiracy?
Yeah, they hit me with conspiracy.
Okay. So what was going through your mind when you knew you was gonna have to face that? Like, what was you doing? Getting your shit together? You know what I mean? Like getting your
Yeah,
money.
well, first I was on the run, and it was hard for me with that because like you get paranoid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you got money, you got pistols, you're doing this, that, and the third.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like fucked up. And then everything I run into, people in a situation look funny with me. I'm damn near about to hit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So after a minute of that, I did that for 6-7 months, and I was like, man, you know what? I'm tired of this shit.
Yeah.
Because at the time they had already picked E up. He was in jail. Vel was in jail. I was the only one out on the run.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, well, fuck it. I went back, man, I'm going back home to see my people.
Mm-hmm.
I went back to New Orleans, saw my mom there, and told them what was up. You know what I mean? Let them know, people probably gonna come get me because I'm tired of this shit.
Yeah.
I'll give my sister and them some money and shit to put up for me.
Yeah.
Cars and all that shit. And like, look, y'all keep this shit, whatever I got. I'm gonna go take a ride, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
People came pick me up.
Damn. So you called them and told them and just turned yourself in?
No, I ain't called them. I knew they was checking. You know what I mean?
Wow.
They had a net out. They had a net out for me.
Okay.
And they knew I was from New Orleans. They knew my background. And then like the local law enforcement knew me from, all my other shit I was doing down there. So they just had a bead out for me. So by the time I got home, they was checking and they called the house and whoop. And then they came down. They knew I was there, came, knocked on the door.
Yeah. Wow. So that was your first time ever getting in trouble, huh?
Well, yeah, that's my first time.
Yeah. I mean, on some serious shit,
Yeah, I had a bunch of assault, attempted murder, and all that, but none of that stuck. It was like just like, shit.
Yeah. So you turn yourself in, right? And so, but they never caught you with a grain of salt, though, right? So it's just conspiracy, just because another nigga said it. That's crazy. So I'm assuming you just went on ahead and cop. You know what I mean? You took a plea.
Straight up.
Yeah. And what was your plea for?
Well, I was facing 0 to 20. First lawyer came in there and told me in the county jail, locked up. They took me back, shipped me back to Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in there, so I'm in a county. You know what I'm saying? You know how you gotta go through that shit. I'm sitting there dealing with all these beggars, stupid ass motherfuckers and shit. So I'm ready to go. I'm like, shit, send me the pen. I'm trying to get out this stupid shit. So the lawyer like coming there, oh, you gotta help yourself, whatever. This guy cooperating. If you tell on this one, this, that, and the other, they'll get you this. I said, man, you fired. I said, you fired. You ain't here to help me.
Real talk.
You're here to help your motherfucking self. You working with the DA trying to run my numbers up. I know I'm a statistic. I'm guilty, so I'm gonna plead guilty, but you're not gonna be my lawyer because I don't want a fucking thing to do with you. You talking the wrong shit. So he left, bam, they sent me another public defender. I wouldn't even spend the money on the lawyer because I know I was hit. Yeah. Like, because my partner, I told him that. He spent $35,000 on a lawyer and got more time than me because they had him at the top because he was like connected to the guys. Whatchamacallit and them had and told the whole story. Fuck you, bro. It's hard to say you ain't do shit and your brother sitting on the stand saying you this. The ones I knew his brother was cooperating and Jack Charles, I just fucking say, well, I pled guilty. Yeah. So I was facing 20 years. It was 0 to 20. So I figured, well, fuck, it's my first offense and shit. I probably don't get the whole dub, but if I do, I was on one. So that's just how I rock. You know what I mean? Right. So I wind up catching 8 though. They hit me with a nickel. They hit me with a nickel and 3 tail. Okay.
Yeah. So you did how much of that 8 in the feds, right?
Yeah, the feds.
How much of that 8 you have to do?
I did 4. I did like 4 years and a half, something like that, and then I think I got like 2 months off for each year. Mm-hmm. And then I did a 3-year tail, but I wound up doing a 1-year tail because the lady that was my parole officer in New Orleans, I knew her husband and all that shit. So after a year being clean, she recommended that I get taken off. And,
So what was your prison experience like? Like, you know what I'm saying, once you got into that bitch? I mean, because you ain't in the county jail now. Now you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so in county jail, I'm on push-ups, eating and shit, trying to get it right, because I'm thinking gladiator school. Yeah. I'm 19 years old, you know what I mean? I'm ready to do whatever. Like, it's on, you know what I mean? I get to the penitentiary, though, and it's a whole different situation. You know, motherfuckers choose what you want to be. You want to be a man, you can be a man. You want to be a hoe, you can be a hoe. Whatever you are going to show, and you can't hide in here, though. You know what I mean? And I really got to meet some super hip cats. That shit changed my life, actually. And I think I attribute that a lot to my success in life and different businesses I've been in and things I've done, you know, because they had a lot of older cats that I acclimated to. I ain't fuck with none of the young cats, nobody my age, man. I was running around with 55, 60-year-olds, 70-year-olds, you understand? And I met some beautiful dudes in there, like older dudes that really about money, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so you did your time. You didn't let it do you.
No, not at all, man. That dude named Edgar Dillon Duke, he was my main man. He the one that really put a lot of fat on my head. Another guy named Robert Stepney. You can look him up. This dude was he was an underboss to Nicky Bonds. He had like 500 dudes in New York under him. Man told me I need you. So you should say, as soon as you sit down, come see me. You know what I mean? Because I used to carry tough up in there. You know how I rock. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so, I'm already knowing.
Yeah, so he was like, man, I need you. You understand? As soon as you could come see me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So shit like that.
Okay. Did you have any run-ins when you was locked up, or it was you just kept to yourself, stayed out the prison politic bullshit?
No, it wasn't prison politics. It was more like, you know, you ride for your homeboys and like the older dudes I fuck with. So when I see young dudes being disrespectful or something like that, I would put my foot in their ass behind that. You know, let them know, look, these my motherfucking dudes. They led the way for us and me, and you gonna respect them like you respect me. You know what I mean? Because you see they got that age on them, you feel like you could use your, no, I don't rock like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Plus these motherfuckers will cut you in your fucking head if you play it, if you want to. You just think you doing something. You know, you got youngsters being there, man.
Yeah, for sure.
So most of the shit I got into though was behind other people. You know,
got
like,
you. Hey, I'm the same way. I'm the same way, bro. Most of the fights that I got in growing up, I say 80% of them was somebody else's beef. Me taking up for somebody who couldn't defend themselves. You know what I'm saying? I always used to consider myself, I used to bully the bullies. I hate a fucking bully. You know what I'm saying? You know, I would see motherfuckers picking on people, you know, literally. I used to say, man, you see this nigga don't want no problem, but I do. You know what I'm saying? And just take off on a nigga. You know what I mean? So I always been a natural protector like that. You know what I mean? So I guess, you know, it come natural for people like us. You know what I mean?
That's it. That's what it is.
Yeah. So once you so you get out, you know what I'm saying? You do your bid. And so you paroled to New Orleans?
Yeah, straight up.
Yeah. So once you get out, at that point, what is P doing? What's he into?
He at the time he was in California, in Richmond, and he was out there and they was about to open up the store. He was fucking with the No Limit store. He was out there fucking with that store doing that shit. And as he was doing the store, he would come back to New Orleans every now and then. So before I left and I went to jail, he was looking for me because I was in Oklahoma doing shit, but I would fly to New Orleans too. I might dump 3-4 bricks, you know, for 24, 25, you know, make
you
10,
a quick 10,
10, 11 off the top, do that 2-3 times, then go back there. So I'm moving around and shit. Then I got a sling of bras, a slew of bras with me. I'm flying them, all kind of shit. So bam, bam, bam. So when I get knocked, he was looking for me. You know, this motherfucker running down because I had a 928, I had a 928 Porsche back then.
Yeah.
And I used to go to LA. So I was out there. I got big Duke chains. We remember the Porsche jewelry and shit.
Yeah.
Had the ring. They had the ring chain and shit. You know what I mean? With feline sweatsuits and shit.
Yeah.
As I'm coming back to New Orleans clowning. You know what I mean? So Pete hears about me. He's searching for me. So by the time I got out, I went to jail, and then I got back out. He was out in L.A. because he had his run-in. Brother got killed. All that shit had happened. So he was out in L.A. And then he was coming back. So he was telling me, bam, he came back. It was like, man, we're trying to start this little thing. Him and C's, you know, bunch of motherfuckers. So they all coming back. So he like, man, we trying to do this thing. What's up? You know, you trying to fuck with this or what? I said, shit, what's happening? You know, what y'all doing? He said, man, come to LA with me. Bam. I jump on the plane, bam. We fly up there. You know what I mean? My pockets got the mumps. Money falling all on the ground when I get out the car. You know what I mean? So he like, man, I see you doing your thing, whatever, man, what's up? You know, we trying to work. So we went with it.
So once he bought the label situation, once P formulated, hey, I'm going to get into this music shit. We going to start this label, No Limit Records. I'm going to be the rapper. We got TRU. I mean, you coming from the streets, you know what I'm saying, and coming from really getting to it, you know what I'm saying, living off the fat of the land. Like Like, what did you think about that? You know what I'm saying? Did you see the potential in that, making that transition? Or was you like, man, records, like, what the fuck?
No, I was all in from day one. You asked me, tell you. As soon as he said it's something to get out or whatever, I'm like, man, come on. Because I seen where I had been and I knew what it is and I knew what I was going to wind up doing. So I didn't want to keep doing this shit the rest of my life. You know what I mean? So I was like, man, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's go. You know what I mean? And he was like, okay. You know, so a lot of the time, but when we first started, I still, you know, I was hot-footing it.
Yeah.
One in, one out, you know, doing my thing. I'm trying to stay on base. You know what I'm saying? This shit go sideways, nigga. I know it's
you know, you're covering your bases real quick.
yeah. So I look like I'm sliding for first and shit.
Yeah.
So I'm in there, I'm fucking around like that. But he like, man, look, this the move. We got to do this, but we need this much to do this, and we got to do this and that. I was like, whatever. You know what I mean? Let's go get it. Because I ain't doing nothing else. You know what I mean? At that time, I'm working for Cox Cable, you know what I mean? And out in the streets and shit. So I'm like, shit, it's something a lot bigger than that.
Yeah. Let me ask you, bro, and you know, I know you're going to keep it raw with me. When you was working for Cox Cable, was you making deliveries in the Cox Cable?
Man, everything under the sun.
That was the best cover right there.
Man, would you tell me? I used to have Pete ride in the truck with me and shit, man. They was laughing at me like, man, you crazy. What are you doing?
Hey, what he told me that story, bro, where the police got behind y'all, thought y'all he was gonna pull y'all over. Where did it happen?
I was in the wall, I was riding up until I'm in my truck, and he in the passenger seat, and I'm about to go serve, whatever. And so the police, I hadn't been home, man, maybe year, something like that. So police behind us, they throw their lights on and shit. And I'm like, man, fuck. I'm like, dude, slide back. I told him, slide back. I said, dude, slide back, put your window down, get the fuck out the way. I am not going back to jail. I'm telling you that right fucking now.
Yeah. So
I'm thinking the people about to pull us over or get behind, whatever. So I'm figuring they get close enough, we gonna get it in. You know what I mean? So man, the motherfucker Pete looked at me and said, nigga, I don't give a fuck what you do. But you better let me out this bitch. I'm gonna tell them people you kidnapped me. So he fight, trying to knock the gun out my hand and all type of shit. You know what I'm saying? That man's sick as a motherfucker. But he done saved me from doing stupid shit, and I done saved them too. So we go back and forth.
He done saved all of us from doing some stupid shit.
Yeah.
You know, you remember that night I told you I was behind whoop whoop whoop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I called Petey and was like, "Hey, I'm behind whoop whoop whoop." You know what I'm saying? Pete was like, "Man, go home."
Man, get off that. Go home.
Hey, what'd you say? You was like, boy, you should have called me. I told you to get his bitch ass because I've been wanting him. So you doing it, you still kind of 1 foot in, one foot out. So because I remember when I hooked up with P in '95, I think right at Down South Hustlers. That was the first record that we did with him. I used to hear your name, but I hadn't met you yet. You know, I used to hear Boz, but this is when we was in Hayward in Oakland.
Right.
You know, so once the shit start taking off, once you start seeing Ice Cream Man and Bout It come out, you know what I'm saying? Like, what did you think? Like, was you like, damn, this shit really happening? Did you expect that, or was it unexpected? Like, this shit.
Well, I knew one thing when I heard the music when we was in the studio making the music. I knew it was realer than anything else I was listening to. I mean, I related to other people's shit and all that, but it wasn't my experience. You know, even with the Ghetto Boys, even with Ice Cube, even with Snoop or whatever, it was, you know, it was relatable. I understood something, but it wasn't my experience. So when we started putting our experience down and like the shit that we really was doing, you know, it resonated with me and I really enjoyed it and it made me feel a certain way. And I figured it would with other people. It was just some super solid, 100%. You know, Black owned and independent has always been the thing that I've always pushed. You know what I mean? That's what I told people when we started doing. I said, man, you gotta put that in everything. Everything we do, Black owned and independent, is our shit. You know what I'm saying? Get away from them. You know what I mean? We own our own with this one. And make a motherfucker understand that.
Yeah. What's so when the money start really coming in, you know what I'm saying? I remember you telling me a story about when Petey, you know what I'm saying, gave you a little something. And what you thought that he had done some bullshit, huh?
You know, some fucked up. They never seen that type of money, no bank account. I was
Yeah.
like, what the fuck you do? We going to jail.
What had happened with that?
Well, we had started recouping money from record sales and shit. Then after that, I had a Range Rover when he first came to me and we started. I had a Range Rover, fucking old school 66 Impala convertible, a few things. You know, I'm in the street, so he was like, the first little check he got, he hit me with like $250. And he put it in the bank. And I was like, what the fuck, dude? What you doing? Man, we gonna go to jail. We can't. But I'm not really snapping all the way to where we at. He's like, dude, you gotta check the fuck is wrong with you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Come on. Just come on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he was trying to take me out the city because at the time I was still You know what I'm saying? And then he was like, man, just fuck it. So he was like, we went to the dealership, traded my truck in, got a brand new Rover and shit. Bam, jump on a plane, go to LA. So he started laying shit out. And like, dude, this is where we at now. We gotta stop all that other shit. You know what I mean? We gotta cease and desist. I was like, okay.
Yeah. I got the same speech, bro. He told me the same thing.
I know.
You know, P pull you to the side. Yeah, you know, if you won't go with me on this thing, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna have to do the right thing, you know, quit all that bullshit. You know, so I got that same speech. So, but you said bro called you though, told you to look in your bank account. Was something there?
Oh, that was after the second time. That's when he told me to welcome to the Millionaires Club. You know what I'm saying? He just called me. I was in New Orleans at home. He was in LA. And he had went down. But it was like a week before when I met with the record exec at this restaurant. So, you know, I always been in fine restaurants, dining and shit like that. You know, people fucking McDonald's and shit.
Waffle House.
He don't give a fuck about none of that
Waffle
shit.
House is his spot.
So he's like, listen, you going to this place, I want you to order some good fucking wine and shit, sit down with these people, order some food and shit. We're going to get this money. So you just come on here and play your part and do what I tell you, this, that, and that. I said, all right, fuck it, come on. So we go to some fucking Chinoise or something in LA, you know, laid out and order some fucking Chateau Medoc 1982 shit like that. I got some super fly shit coming on. I'm all over the menu and shit. This motherfucker said, yeah, order me a cheeseburger. I said, these people don't I'm like, motherfucker, they ain't got no cheeseburgers up here. What the fuck is wrong with you? Man, well, order me something I could get. So I got him some shit. I got him a steak or something, some fries and shit like that. So he talked to the dude, whatever. Bam, get through the meat and shit. Bank out. He said, dude, we straight. He said, they're going to give us 10. I was like, 10 what? He said, watch. He said, just come on, we're going to wish McCall. Man, we leave and shit. So about 3 or 4 days later or something, he just called me one morning. I'm at home, he in LA, I'm in New Orleans. Like, dude, I just called to tell you something. Welcome to the Millionaires Club. Check your account. Hung up the phone. Bam. That was it.
Damn. And you checked your account, what was there?
1.2, something like that.
Damn. Just like that, huh?
Just like that. Straight up off the top. No worries.
So once you knew you was an official millionaire, you didn't have to look over your shoulder. You didn't have to worry about nothing. What did that feel like? Like you was like, damn.
It was different because, you know, I'm young still. I'm 27, 28. You know what I'm saying? We get money like nobody business. And then, you know, you just get a little looser because, you know, now you can really just go get whatever.
You can go get what
like
you
at
want.
that time, I would hold more money when I was in the street because I couldn't go spend $50,000.
Yeah, real talk.
I couldn't go take $100,000
Yeah.
and go and buy this and that.
Yeah.
And then that's when I started, you know, that's when I started doing other shit. That's when I met Joe Rosenberg, still my jeweler to the day. I talked to him today, just got a Cartier bracelet for my girl for her birthday. But met Joe and I started designing jewelry with him and making shit. And then, you know, turning P on to different shit. Cause you know, P would go to Mr. Goldman, wherever in the middle of the mall, just buy some shit, already made, prefab, whatever. I started Joe making like fine jewelry, like Tiffany's and shit. You know, we'll sit up there, you know, and just design some shit. So I started spending money on that level and like buying houses, just cop a crib, $250, you know what I'm saying? For my family, and then cop a crib for my mom, bam, put her in and paid everything off and shit like that. You know, just making moves like that, just on a bigger scale. And it was without having to worry about being questioned.
Yeah.
Or then where this come from, that come from, or
Yeah.
whatever. So it was liberating in that way.
Yeah, real talk. Because when you got that hustle money, it's cool, but you become a prisoner of your money too. You know what I'm saying? Because I can remember it was a time where, and P can attest to this, man. I had shit. You know how we do it. I had damn near $1 million in my house. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I couldn't do really shit that I wanted to do.
All you could do is hoard it because
That's
you can't.
That's
it's like you can't spend no chunks like that. You know what I'm saying?
Nope. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, you got all this little money and I can't shit. I just come home, hope my house ain't burnt down all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, so once the shit start rolling, big brother, like, so you got the ice cream man, and then it was just an explosion with no limit. You know what I'm saying? Then to make that transition into movies, you kind of had a natural knack for acting. You know what I'm saying? Like, because what was the first movie? It was About It.
About It, yeah.
About It. And then, so what was that like for you? Because, you were a street nigga through and through. So now you got to get on camera. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we was doing reality TV and movies before it was reality TV and movies. Like, that's what About It was. About It was more of an inner, like, we were just playing out our life at the time. Like the shit we was going through. Because, like, everything in it was real. The dolphins was real. The dope was real. The money was real.
He said the dope was real.
Guns was real. We ain't have no FX dude and all that shit, special effects shit and all that. Man, we was making it happen.
Yeah.
And then, we had to, everything we had, it was ours.
Yeah.
Everything we did, we worked it right out of his auntie house, right there in the scatter site apartment and shit. Came back there, ran all over the cats out, told him we holding this down for a minute. You understand? And then we started shooting different places. One was at his aunt's house and shit like that. And Nas was supposed to be in that movie. Really, I asked him to come be in it, but at the time he didn't know us. So I met Nas in North Carolina. We did a show, and Nas had never heard of us before, so he was going after us closing. Man, we had them fucking people going crazy in there.
Yeah.
And I was standing on the side of the stage looking at us like, who is these motherfuckers? So I wound up running with him after this little show and shit. Told him, I'm like, nah, man, you need to come to be doing this movie. I'm About It. This was going to be hot. I'm telling you, you need to be in it. You're going to be the dude we're going to bring down, because we got a cousin. So he wound up, he was a little, he didn't know us and shit. He didn't know, but he knew we was just some wild cats. And I guess we looked crazy and shit at the time, for what we was doing, plus what we was talking about.
Yeah, yeah.
So we wound up getting Mac 10. He came down and did it. That's when Mac Dime came down and got in the flick and shit.
Okay.
Most of the other dudes really wasn't trying to come see us like that.
Yeah, they was probably scared to come back there.
Yeah. But they knew we had it on lock. When he came down, he was like, man, y'all like that.
Yeah.
And, we was paying motherfuckers good. Then, we hit a nigga with 20 pieces or whatever, whenever, as soon as you come down, man, put that in your pocket. Man, come on, we got some work to do. We're gonna take care. You gotta worry about shit. When you down here, you under my protection. You gotta worry about nothing. Nobody gonna fuck with you. You know what I mean?
Oh, you know how it is when I come down there. It's all good, and you know how it is when you come out here. You know how we get down.
Straight up. I mean,
we
that's
come right to each other. You know.
Was understood. Don't need to be explained.
What's understood don't have to be explained. You know what I mean? So once No Limit starts thriving, hit record after hit record, you know what I mean? And then P starts picking up established acts, or I should say already established acts from other labels. He acquires Mystical, you know what I mean? What was it like for Mystical coming to the tank? Because, No Limit was it started family, you know what I'm saying? It was all close-knit people, but then Mystical, coming from Jive. What was that like?
And that was one of the prouder moments in the history of No Limit for me. Anyway, the way we handled the whole situation, because we knew Mystical from New Orleans, and they had a guy in New Orleans that had Mystical signed to him. Yeah, he was scared to death for us.
It was Big Boy, Big Truck, Big
Boy. Big Boy.
Yeah.
So we was trying to Chuck his name, Chuck. So we was gonna do a deal with him to acquire Mystical, but he was afraid of us. He didn't want to. And then sometimes black people got a problem doing business with another black person. Don't think whatever. So he go to Jive, do a deal, get him on Jive record. So he Mystical out here. He ain't making no money. People ain't taking care of him. He got one of them dick deals and shit. So he fucked up, but he got all his talent. So we like, fuck it then. We gonna just cut out the middleman. We jumped on a plane from LA, about 15 of us, Champ, Poke, and me. Man, it was a crew. All of us had to put guns on the planes. Shit, man, we gone. So we get to New York. We don't call or nothing. Go to Jive Records, go downstairs, hit the button, tell the people we going up to Jive. Went to their office, walked in the office, went in the conference room and sat down and told them, call Barry Wise out here right now. We need to talk to him. It was like, well, wait, y'all can't come in here. Shit, we in there now. What you gonna do? How you gonna stop us? Who gonna stop us? So we called, but he was scared. Like he acted like he wasn't there at first, this, that, and other. It's like, nah, man, we want to talk business. What's up? So he come in there with his account and shit like that. And bam, we got Mystical with us and shit. So he in there, we sitting down and shit. So we sitting at this big old conference table. When he come in, P hit him with him. He's like, man, listen to me. We want to explain something to you. Mystical, our homeboy from New Orleans. He really want to be with us. You know what I mean? I don't know what y'all kind of deal y'all got over here, but you know, we trying to get past all that. You know what I mean? So this is where we at. We want him to be with us. He gonna come be with us. How we gonna work this out? And the dude, like, you know, dude was running it like whatchamacallit. Barry was running it like telling us some shit about, oh well, Mystical on our label. I mean, and he owe us so much. We got this much invested in him, this much invested in him. Boom, 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 bam, bam. He in the red, this, that, and the third. So he like, man, Mystical owe us about $350,000. He in the red. He'll go to books, had his account, pull shit out, whatever. He said, oh, that's all? He took a checkbook out, wrote him a check for $350,000 and threw it on his table and say, well, good, that'll cover all his losses. Is that all we got to do? Now he coming with us. If he got to be in AR department or he just get featured on everybody's record, he going to be with us. So however you want to do that. But that check good as a motherfucker. We took Mystical and rolled out. Damn. He was fucked up. Barry was fucked up. Ain't nobody never came to his office, talked to him like that and shit, you know? Yeah. So he called Brian Turner and them back at Priority. Man, you need to get this guy, this P, y'all need to put this guy on the leash. He up here threatening us, came up here just throwing money around, talking about he gonna take Mystical. Barry told him, well, I don't know what to tell you, but we can't do nothing with him and what he do. He owned his own company. He was like, what? Like, yeah, we couldn't sign him. You know, he did a distribution deal with us. Everything his is his. So you talking to who you need to be talking to.
Talking to the boss.
Out, you better work it out with him.
Yeah.
So after that, shortly after that, he called back and shit. He's like, you know, oh man, let's work something out. We can partner up and do something with him together and this, that, and other. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we thought so.
Yeah, that's dope. And I remember when that happened too. You know, that was a proud moment for P and for the team. And you know, that's the thing about P, bro. Like he, you know, and we all learn this, especially me, you know what I mean? Like, you know, P goes in everything with utter confidence. You know what I'm saying? He know what he want. He ain't gonna take no for an answer. He gonna do it his way. You know what I'm saying? He don't matter if it don't make sense to nobody, but as long as it makes sense to him,
ain't got to.
He don't give a shit. It makes sense in his head. He gonna go with his move. You know what I mean?
That's it.
So I learned that from him. And so after he gets Mystical, so now what was the situation at Priority when now he the boss? He run his company like he see fit, but didn't Priority have an issue with him putting out albums as often as he wanted to?
It was Priority in their code, and they had to deal with BMI. And so what they did, the people from BMI was over in London. So they had a structure in which they put albums out. They release one album a year from a company, and they'll take all the other albums and stack them.
They used to do that old shit.
Yeah, that old school shit. So I'm sitting in there with P and I do numbers. I said, P, we making this off of this album because the Ice Cream Man first thing it sold 35,000. That was nothing. But as the months went on, it started selling 50, 75, 100,000. It went up. It climbed and climbed and climbed. And then once we saw the kind of revenue we was generating, we just did the numbers on it and say, well, damn, man, if we put out 5 of these or 10 of these in a year, you know how much money they'll fucking owe us? And he was like, sure it is. That's when we put the production team together. East by the Pound worked them around the clock. K-Loop worked them around the clock. All the producers we had, XL worked them around the clock. And then we start grabbing all these groups and putting albums together on. because we already had it set up for the next ones to come out in the Ice Cream Man. So after the Ice Cream Man, it was set up for all these other releases to come out. So we decided to do them all in 1 year. We put out like 14 albums in 1 year. And the people had a meeting with us. They flew across the water when we were trying to do it. It was like, we sat at a big conference table, all us in there, me and Pete, and then Brian Turner, Mark, all the owners and shit in there. So they're like, listen, y'all want to do this, but this is not done in the industry. This is not how you do business. And this is what you need to do, this, that, and the other. And Pete stood up in there and told him, he said, you know, y'all problem is, y'all think white is right. But white ain't motherfucking right today. It's my shit, I own it. I take this motherfucker, walk across the street and go to, what that was at the time.
Capital.
No, not Capital. No, baby, that was on.
Universal.
Universal. He said, I walk right over there. They call me every day. He said, a motherfucker from Universal call me every day. He said, y'all think white is right, but that shit ain't happening today. Yeah. This is my shit. This is what I'm going to do. And if y'all don't want to rock with that, then y'all can not rock with me.
Yeah. And
right now, I'm holding y'all company up. Man, I had done the numbers. We on 12% of the market share by the time we put out them 12, 14 albums that year. Prior, it was going under when we came down.
Yeah.
They had nobody there but Cube, and he had fell off, wasn't selling many records at Mac 10.
Yeah.
And that was it. That shit that was going down.
Because at some point, they was paying y'all to put their artists, put the no-limit brand on their artists.
That's that's exactly what they was doing. Lending that tank to them. We had enough clout, we could lend motherfucker respect.
Real talk. So how did you feel when Pete stood up and said that?
Man, that was like number one proudest moment at the time. Because for me, it was empowering just seeing a black man stand up to the establishment and let white folks know that, hey, this our shit. And ain't nothing you can do about it. So either you rock with it, you roll with it, or you get rolled over. And then he was like, come on, boys, let's go. We left and walked out the room. So when we got out the door, I hugged that nigga tight as I could. I said, boy, that's the most powerful shit I ever seen in my life. I said, man, listen to me. I love you the rest of your life. I love you now, but for that, you can't do no wrong in my eyes.
Yeah.
I'm saying? I don't care what they say.
Yeah, real talk. Nah, that's some powerful shit. You know what I'm saying?
Man, super powerful.
And that's what it's about. That's why he's always preaching that ownership. It's important for us to own something. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times we get manipulated by the machine and the establishment. And like even with like Jay Prince was saying, a lot of these bigger companies, they'll come in, try to move in and muscle you out and take over your shit. And after you done all the hard work and heavy lifting, then they come in trying to punk you out your shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Right. So, to be able to have the foresight to see the value in what it is that you're creating, because a lot of niggas will fall for the crumbs. They'll take the little crumbs, you know what I'm saying, and go with it. Because I don't want to say no names, but I know of other artists that got the same deal at the same time P did, but they didn't hustle as hard. You know what I'm saying? I know one particular Bay Area artist, he got some little money from Priority. He went and bought a Lexus in the studio. You know what I'm saying? And that was it. He didn't work. He didn't hustle. Had the same opportunity as P, but he just didn't exploit it properly. Right. So once now you rolling, and you was kind of in charge of I don't even know if you want to go into that, because I know you was kind of overseeing some of the artists. You know what I mean? And I know some of them didn't want to go to the studio. How they were supposed to. And you had to go and kind of remind them what it was.
Once you get to a certain point in life, you start, like, it's even like your kids, like when they up under you, they look at you like their parent, and they don't see you for the man you are. You know what I'm saying? But they see everybody else in the street respect you to a certain way, on a certain level. And then you keep a lot of shit from happening to them, but they ain't understanding that you protecting them, you know? And this why, sometimes you just got to remind them, look, this why is like that. Why are you here? Why are you safe?
Yeah.
Why I'm a guardian? Because this is who I am. You know what I mean? And that's all that is. So you got to let them know that you know who you are. That's all. You know what I mean? You just need to always be respectful of things that protect you and things that take care of you. You need to have a respect for that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else got a respect for it, but now that you laying up under me and you next to me, you feeling like, it's all cool. whatever.
Yeah.
No. I'm that dude with everybody. You know what I mean? I'm that dude with my family too. You know what I mean? Like, you know that you're gonna be that way with your son, with a dude in the street or whatever. You gonna always keep it real 100. This what it is. And you gotta respect this to a certain amount because I give it. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna get it back. And you gotta always understand that. You know what I mean? And so if you get a little out of focus, I readjust your focus a little bit. That's all.
You had to do that with a couple artists, huh?
Yeah. Readjust their focus. That's all. Just make sure they can see what reality is. That's all. It's not like, no big thing, like nobody was doing nothing.
Yeah.
So out the way, it's just keeping it real. Like, it's just what it is.
Yeah. So now everything's rolling, but now it's drama. You know what I'm saying? C murder. You know what I mean? So now bro, gets caught up in some mess. What was that like when you got the news of that? You know what I'm saying?
It was just totally disappointing. It's hard when you see, it's like you see your brother, all right? Like you see me, and you see me going sideways. You pull my coat, and you telling me, man, listen to me. You ain't really, doing that the way it's supposed to go. You understand? And I tell you, man, fuck you. I'm, this, that, and the other. I'm gonna do my thing. It's like disappointing because you can see the shit happening. But sometimes people so subjective to something, they're not objective enough to stand back and see. Like I'm objective, I'm always stand back. Even in my situation, I try to remove myself from it and look at myself as an outsider looking in, objectively, not subjectively, like being inside it. Because sometimes you're so close to something,
right,
you can't see around you.
Right.
You're right there.
Right.
And that's what it was for me. It just was so, like disappointing because I could see where it was ending up at. Like the dudes he was running with and shit, I ain't like come around me when I was hustling. Like when I was in the street, they couldn't even come around me. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't even want you around me. If I see you, if it look like you coming my way, just start banging because that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah. Because
I know what you are. You a snake. You know what I'm saying? And this, that, and other. And that's why, he just laid down with some snakes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because shit, see innocent. You know what I'm saying?
And that's why I said he just laid down with some snakes.
Yeah, the person that did it admitted it, and they still,
they've been after us, man. And people used to follow us on planes, man.
Yeah.
They used to follow us, man. They wanted us so bad.
I've been there for that.
They swore we was into something other than music.
Yeah.
Because everybody respected us and they had heard all about us. Plus, my jacket was fucked up, like shit like that. So they was always on a motherfucker trying to bust us doing something, but it was too late. You know what I mean? We had to turn the corner already.
Yeah.
Y'all chasing the ghost now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's dead, stinking, you know what I mean? So I don't know what type of time y'all on.
Yeah, I remember a couple of times back in the early 2000s, we would be coming through the airport and, them folks would be waiting on us, you know what I'm saying, with signs, acting like they car service or just dumb shit, you know what I'm saying?
All kind of shit, man. All type of shit.
Yeah, that shit was crazy back then. And then it's like that shit, you start feeling like a target, you know what I mean? It's like, damn, how far y'all gonna go? Because I seen what y'all did with Murder Inc., seeing what they did with Rap A Lot. It's like, so that the target's on your back. And, all of us,
Man, every cat I know that got hit, that went to jail since shit. After we got big and on, got questioned about me. All my dudes. You know what I'm saying? All of them. Say, man, and people straight asked me about you. I'm telling you, straight up. They told me, man, and people said straight up, man. I told them, I don't know what y'all talking about. Man, what are y'all talking about?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they done all told me. Not one, I'm talking like 8. You know what I mean? Hard hitters.
Yeah. So I'm curious, bro. Out of all the albums, so No Limit, what we sold 100 million records. You know what I'm saying? What are your top 5? I'm just curious. What are your top 5 No Limit records?
I'm gonna have to throw Ghetto Dope. I'm About It. Mia definitely laid it like. I gotta go with Mac. Mac Shell Shocked. and shit, The Last Dime.
Yeah.
Shit, God, Soldier Slim. Man,
it's more than 5, huh?
No, it's hard to put 5 of them, man. Man, Silk Seafers album. Oh my God. That TRU album, that first TRU album.
Yeah, that True to the Game. Yeah, that's one of my favorites. Yeah.
Oh, classic.
Yeah.
Classic. Like, so, like that type of shit. And more for me was P shit. And then Mystical, Unpredictable. I mean, like, dude, but Mystical and Mia, Mac was my favorite rapper on the label. I love Mac.
Yeah, Mac was dope. Yeah.
Be another one. Did nothing. Ain't killed nobody. Right. Ain't did it. But Mac wasn't gonna do none of that.
Right.
I was like, who they got? Who? But they wanted us. See, you gotta understand, they wanted P so bad. Me. P, they wanted the top. They was trying to get the head.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It kept. So we used to tell them, little dudes, look, you see these people following us all this, watch what you're doing. Don't put yourself in no fucked up situation. Mac decided to go do a concert to try to make some money on the side and this, that, and the other, and go to a little country town and get caught up.
Yeah.
Some bullshit that he ain't do. And he ain't had nothing to do with it. It's like, dude, you the biggest name though. You know what I'm saying? Like when you go somewhere, court, if nobody know me and you big court, and everybody know big court, if I kill somebody, if a dude around kills somebody, they was with big court. Yep. Big court. That's the first thing they gonna say. So that's why I would tell them, you go put yourself in a situation with people that ain't on your level, and then you put yourself out there, and then what you doing that for? Yeah. Like, how they gonna help you in any way? You know what I'm saying? And that's what they did, chasing a few dollars.
Real talk. And it's funny that you said that because that happened to me in real life. For real.
Yeah.
And I've always been cognizant of that, to be honest with you, because I've always been so closely associated with P and with you. I know I have to walk a line, you know what I'm saying? Because I can do some dumb shit and it won't even be about me. It'll be Master P's homeboy. You know what I'm saying? They probably won't even give me a name. It'll just be Master P's homeboy went and killed up 5 motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? So, it's crazy just the people don't understand, we got to move different. You know what I mean? We have to move different. So now fast forward, you know what I mean? We do all of that. We get Mystical. Then Snoop comes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. What was that like?
Man, that was a beautiful thing, man. And but at the time when I saw Snoop, he was in a bad way, he had all this shit with him, and he was on his ass. Yeah. Dude was broke. I couldn't believe it. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking this big icon been around forever. Sold millions of records. I'm thinking this dude's super straight. Right. You know what I'm saying? So when we meet him and get into it with him and start talking to him, we find out, he just came straight real with it. He's like, man, listen, I got shelved, me and this dude beefing and some bullshit. We stuck on what? So people like, man, shit, you got a home over here? You know what I mean? I said, man, don't worry about nothing, man. I took my chain off with my tank on it and put it on his neck. So, it's yours. You home. You ain't got to worry about nothing. Worry about shit. He gave him like 20, 30,000, put in his pocket. As soon as we got with him, as soon as we met
that's
him,
what he said.
And you ain't got to worry about none of that, man. Come on, you with us now. You know what I mean? You want, we got you. You know, make sure your family, don't worry, you coming down south. Bought him a mansion, you know what I'm saying? Bought him down south, put him up, kept him safe, you know what I'm saying? Put him in the studio. Shit, let's start getting his money.
So what was it like being on the front line dealing with that death row energy? Because I know even back then, Suge was still low key on his bullshit. I mean, I know what it is, but I'm saying, for the viewers.
You know how we rock, Corey.
Yeah.
We have no fear about nothing. We don't care about nothing. Don't get in the way of my money. So you know what I'm saying? I don't go for bad or none of that shit. But please don't play with me at all. You don't have a problem with me, I won't have none with you. You get in my way, then it's gonna be some shit gonna happen. Yeah. That is all to it, you know what I'm saying? That's it.
Because I know we had to, the soldiers kind of had to give them a little message at a show when I guess the death row cats tried to come at Snoop. You know what I'm saying? And You know,
they came back there trying to whatever. But it was bad. We just put them in their place, got it right. But Snoop was out of pocket.
mm-hmm.
You know, he left and went somewhere that he wasn't supposed to be. He was supposed to be with us.
Mm-hmm.
So a couple of the dudes were stragglers, and then they got at him and shit. And he was running and shit, trying to get away from them. And he had a pound of weed on him. He ran out the back door straight into the police.
He ran into the police.
Ran straight into the police with a pound of weed in his bag, in his jacket.
Damn.
We running from the dudes from that room and shit until we caught the dudes and shit and whatever and got them straight, got them up out there, whatever. But by that time, all the commotion had started and all the police turned their guns on us because they thought we was the dudes that was fucking with him. But really, we was trying to, you know. MC8 was with us that night, man. We had a few people with us, man.
You said MC8 was with you?
Yeah, MC8.
Yeah, what'd he do?
Man, MC8, you know, MC8 from LA, so they used the police come and draw shotguns, on their knees and put their hand behind their head and all that shit. Man, I told them people, fuck y'all. We not putting out, man, it was about 15 of us. Man, fuck y'all, we not doing none of that shit. We kicked the door back open and ran back inside because at the amphitheater out there, they got these two big double back doors. And so we ran out and trying to make sure Snoop was safe and get him. But he didn't ran to the police in the police car. So when we run out the back, they got like 5 or 6 police with shotguns talking about get on the ground. So MC8 immediately gets on the ground, get on his knees. and we're looking at him like, what the fuck are you doing? You know, like that's some stupid ass shit, man. Fuck
get your ass up. Whack.
Man, listen to me, because we all had guns on us.
Yeah.
So it didn't make no sense for us to do that.
Yeah.
But now we about to have to fight a case and all that other shit too. Man, we ran back into the place. He was still on the ground talking about they gonna kill us. Y'all better get down and all that shit. So we go back in the spot, right? So, because that wasn't part of our culture. You know what I mean? That's what he was acclimated to.
Yeah.
So, and then we go back in the place and shit. And we told the limos, because all the limos were in the back by the police, told them come around the front. So the limos swung around to the front. We go out the front door with the people that was leaving out. And then all us got in the limos and shit. And got out of there.
Nah, that's dope. That's dope. So now we got the movies rolling. You do I Got the Hook Up, you know what I'm saying, which you did a great job. A lot of people know you from that movie. You know what I'm saying? So now, you know, what was that like? Now you start getting notoriety, you know what I'm saying, as Boz the actor. You know
acting
what I mean?
And all of that, man. It was good. It was all fun, man. That movie was so hilarious, man. John Witherspoon. And, you know, like we had all the like girls that was there that was in there playing in the club. We had real strippers and hookers and all type of shit, man. We had a ball, man. That set was lit. You know, your girl from The View and shit. That's my girl and shit. So you know, so we had a great time, great cast. You know, we started making movies and started getting a little more serious about Hollywood. You know, your main man, Tiny Lister. You understand?
Yeah, man. Rest in peace to my big brother, bro.
Yeah, your big brother. You know what I mean? He was in there, man. He was super hip, super cool dude. You know, and he came in there, man. He had done so many movies and shit, and he was out there with us and shit, man. He enjoyed it. He had a good time meeting us, hooking up with us and shit.
Yeah.
That's my guy, man. That was my guy. Man.
Yeah,
everybody in Sacramento only thought Boz was an actor.
Really?
Because you got to remember, this is all before the internet, right? Like, so there's no information. So the first time we seen him was on the cover of About It. It's like, oh, this must be P's guy who act in New Orleans, and then we saw I Got the Hook Up, and he's in that. Because the information wasn't like what it is today. So it was just like. It was like, oh, this is dope.
But you know, Boz like that, man. It's funny because it's like Boz, you got to be around him. You know what I'm saying? Or you know, he liked to be off in the cut, but then kind of not though. You know what I mean? Like Boz ain't gonna go out of his way to be seen, but if you around, you gonna see him. You know what I'm saying? You gonna feel him if he around. You know, because he don't even do social media. You know what I mean? I post shit for Boz. You know what I mean? Boz will hit me with a message or a picture he want to put out there. Say, yeah, post that. You know what I'm saying? Tell the people that's a message from me. You know what I mean? You know, so I mean, you think you gonna get a social media account? Because they ask me all the time. People always say, man, where Boz? He need a Instagram. He need a Twitter.
I don't really attribute to none of that. I'm kind of old school, man, and like. When I grew up there, you know, gangsters moving silent.
For sure.
You don't like people to know your moves, and I don't need to do it to impress nobody or nothing like that, because I am who I am. I'm secure in myself and shit. So I've really been who I am, like that guy. So what the fuck? You know what I mean? It ain't nothing for that. To me, it can only do more harm than good. Because I don't like people to know how I live, where I'm doing, traveling and all that shit. I don't.
Yeah, because I know you be doing some cool ass shit, some real super fly shit.
Yeah, but I don't,
Yeah.
I don't need nobody to know that. You know what I mean? I like a motherfucker to look at me. The best thing about the anonymity of it is what I like. Yeah. I like this. I'm still me, and people know me. They know what I'm about, shit like that. Yeah. But I can still walk down in the street and in the hood. Yeah. Go sit in a restaurant. Don't need no bodyguards, nobody fucking with me. Yeah. Like that's just that real cat. That's like that cat. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I feel you, man. I had to adjust to the social media era too, because I only been on social media 4 years, and I fought it a long time. I ran from it. You know what I mean? Because we from the era where I didn't even take pictures for real. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really like being in front of the camera like that. Outside of what I was doing as an artist. You know what I'm saying? But how now it's just a lifestyle. That's just everyday life to take pictures, go live, especially if you building a brand or you trying to sell something. But you know how we was back in the day. I didn't want to take a picture because I wanted deniability of this nigga I'm standing next to. If I need to say I don't know him and I ain't never met him, then I need to be able to say that. You know what I'm saying? Right. Because back in the day, man, the pictures get you a case. You know what I'm saying?
Really? You quick fast in a hurry.
Man, you be on a nigga paperwork and you be talking about, man, they just snapped the picture. They be like, nope, y'all a gang. Y'all was together. They said it was you. Y'all is y'all.
Man, listen, speaking of paperwork and shit, that brought me back to the time when I did get knocked off, and then I look at my indictment, right? So on my indictment, they got the dude Van. He was telling. Then they got a name. I'm looking at it. It's called, say, Freeway Rick. Like what? Like Freeway Ricky Ross. And I'm like, who the fuck is that? Because I'm like, I ain't never I met this dude. I don't know this dude. You know what I'm saying?
And he was on your paperwork?
On my paperwork.
Wow.
On my paperwork. And that shit fucked me up. I still got that indictment too.
Damn. So they had him on there as what? A co-conspirator?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So
because he was, but see, when I got caught up with the cocaine and shit, that was the Contra effect. Yeah. See that Contra cocaine that was coming in. When I say they had a room full of it, that's where that was at. So I got caught up in the Contra effect.
Okay.
When I caught my case, that's what that was behind.
So your work was coming from the Nicaraguans.
Yeah.
But
the dudes on there was the dudes that was getting it and bringing it in, and like that snowfall shit. Yeah, that's the shit I was caught.
So you talking about Blandon and all of them?
Yeah. But then this dude, Rick had to work. So Van them and all them was getting shit from him.
So they was probably getting the shit from somebody who was getting it from Rick or his plug.
Yeah, something like that.
Damn.
And they had him like, I'm like, what is this talking? He telling on me. I don't even know this dude.
So he had made statements? He made statements?
Yeah, man, this dude was straight up and down, getting down.
Damn, for real?
Yeah, man.
Wow.
I know, fucked me up too.
Let me tell you the irony of that. I got Chico Brown?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got Chico coming through the show too. He was the one that was with Rick. When the shit went down, he was trying to sell the work to Chico when Blandon set him up.
I'm telling you, that shit was like crazy. I couldn't even believe that shit.
Damn, that's crazy.
Like I'm like, dude's telling on me, I don't even know.
Wow, that's how I be with that conspiracy shit, though. You know what I mean? But damn, that's crazy. He making statements against you. Never even met him. Have you seen Rick Ross, Freeway Ricky Ross, since then?
I've never met him. I don't know him.
Wow.
But his name was in the paperwork. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
I don't know if that was a 53 free cross to put down or whatever, but back in 84, 85, I don't even know if it was doing it like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I know that the name was there.
Damn. So if you ran across him, what would you, it was so many years ago, but if he started to converse with you and started up a conversation, would you be like, you know what?
I will ask him, do you remember this case back in 1985, man? Just that. Did you really, because this is what my paperwork would say right here. Is you really that dude that this your name right here? Damn. So did you whatever? Yeah. Because I don't know you, dude, and I don't know how that went or what it was, or whether the people put you out there like that, or you was one of these CIs or something. I don't know.
But now that you saying it, bro, it sounds a little bit strange, because if that shit happened in 85, 86, he didn't go down to like the early 90s. That his big case was until the 90s.
Yeah, this was in the 80s.
Yeah, wow.
I got knocked in 1985.
Damn. Okay, yeah. See, his shit didn't go down to like the 90s, so I don't know, bro. You know what I mean? Although that sound kind of, well.
That just what happened. Like, and then, man, I done met so many people and then bumped into people. Like when I was in Oklahoma and I was hustling and shit. Mm-hmm. Charlie Wilson, Gap Band. My man. Now this man sit up, man. Me and him sit up all night together. Mm-hmm. He got me my first motorcycle. He stole from me all night. I'm 19 years old.
He was in Tulsa?
Yeah, that's where he's from.
Oh, for real? I didn't know that.
Greenwood, Orchard, and Pine is what the Gap Band stand for. That's the streets. Greenwood, Orchard, and Pine. That's the streets they grew up on.
Man, you learn something every day. I never knew that.
Yeah, so I'm out there hustling and bumping into Charlie. He got buku money and he live in apartments across the street from me. We get hooked up. I'm serving him like 40 going off all night. I sit up all night in the studio with him and shit.
Damn.
That shit was crazy. And then once I went to jail and shit, boom, he had like a bill with me or whatever. Nigga charged that to the game. Yeah. So he walk in with Snoop. When Snoop, we signed Snoop and shit. Yeah. Charlie come to the video shoot, the song he did with Mia. Yeah. So he come to, I see him, right? I say, Charlie, what's up, my man? He was like, spook. Yeah. Because he had to start changing his life. Yeah. All that shit like that.
So he had an old bill with you from
yeah, I put him on the side and fuck with it.
Yeah.
Money, motherfucker. Yeah, man, that was my dude, man. Charlie, man, me and Charlie used to rock, man. Real tough. Yeah. I was young, you know what I mean? Then I got knocked off and shit. And then took that ride and shit. Then I seen him years later, and then it came full circle because now we in music and shit, and Snoop coming on and he coming with Snoop, and then we bump into each other and start talking and shit, It was like a circle, dude. Like, you never know who you're gonna meet, what you're gonna be into, shit like that.
Yeah, real talk. So now fast forward into now, like what you into these days, you know what I'm saying? I get a lot of people on social media, man, always asking me about you, you know what I'm saying? So what's Boz got up, what you got your hands in today?
Well, I've done a few things over the years since No Limit. Housing, I got some spots, shit like that, Airbnbs, but my main source of income now is mental health facilities. I'm in the mental health. So I have like mental health facilities they consider like hospitals, and just helping manage and run a string of them. I got my nephew, my son working with them. Main man, D Glove, So
shout out to Glove.
Yeah. Without a doubt, my main man. So we making that happen and shit, moving forward with that. That's like main thing I'm into at this particular moment.
We gonna see you in any more movies? Or you done with the acting thing?
I don't know. Depending on what called me up. If it's something that we doing, I can't turn y'all.
Yeah.
Like you whatever y'all want to do something, I'll come do whatever for y'all.
Yeah.
I ain't no Hollywood cat, and I ain't going to audition for a motherfucking thing and all that shit.
Yeah.
I don't do that. But I fucks with my people, and if you need my support and something, and I can help you in any way, I'm gonna be there for you.
Always.
Same thing for P or whatever. Y'all feel like, hey, I want Boz to do this or whatever. I'm gonna come do it for you. You know how we do.
You ain't never told me no, bro.
About nothing.
About nothing.
And I ain't charge you a dime for it.
Ain't charge me a dime about nothing.
Whatever you want, you can have it from me. That's how I am with my people.
Yeah, man. It's so funny, bro, because one thing about me and you, we kindred spirits. And it's funny because P, whenever we all be together, we doing our thing. Me and you always go off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We
always go off on our own thing. You know, when I get back, P be like, "Come on, man! Like, what y'all niggas, y'all niggas trying to fuck up with y'all?"
Yeah, he think we on some bullshit.
He think we on some bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
No, P. I always tell P. I say, P, listen to me. The things that you done bad in your life made you the person you are just as good as the things you done good in your life, just as much. You can't hang your hat on just all good things all the time, because that ain't actually the way things go. Everything in life is a yin and a yang. You know, it's day and it's nighttime. You know what I mean? And you got to be able to handle both of those things. You know? And I know that, you know, his thing now is he just, you know, positivity, straightforward, uplifting, and all of that. But you know me, I play it how it go. You know what I'm saying? Whatever your hand called for, what the fuck I'm gonna give you. You know what I mean? It ain't about being no type of way, but being straight. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You play, you gonna get played with.
Hey, real talk. Hey, that's what I tell motherfuckers. I come in peace. You know what I'm saying? I don't gotta fuck over you, but at the same time, I can give you what you asked for too. You know what I mean?
Like they say in the art of war, a good soldier prepare for war in time of
peace. Yeah, you already know. You already know.
I got a question about the acting. Gone in 60 Seconds. How did that happen?
That went cool. They called P down to do a part for Gone in 60 Seconds, and they had some guys in there that was gonna be with him and shit, right? So I was like, well, fuck them. They could do it. Just put me in there. You understand? I'm like, well, tell them, you know, I come with you. You understand? Just attach that to that. I won't act with Nicolas Cage, Angelina Jolie, and all that. Fuck, I get in the movie with them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it was. They called him up. He was like, all right, I got my partner Bias. He goes, you know Bias. He with me everything I do.
Yeah.
So that was it.
Yeah. Nah, that was dope. You did a good job in that too. I'm telling you, bro, you a natural. You're a natural.
Most def.
Yeah.
Big brother, you know I got nothing but love for you. You know what I'm saying? You already know what that is. You know, I'll lay down for you, do whatever, hop in front of a bullet for you. You already know that. You know what I'm saying? To the death.
And lay some of them down for me. That's the part.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know that. That's
what
don't get me started.
I tell look how people always trying to die for something. You know, we ain't gonna die, we gonna kill for it.
Real talk.
I want you here with me. You understand?
You already know. But on this show, bro, I like to give people their flowers, you know what I'm saying, while they here. You know what I mean? So I want to let you know that I personally, you know, as a personal friend and brother, I appreciate you. But just the hip hop community, you know what I mean, just as a whole, you know, I know this, you know, because I'm on social media. So, man, they got love for you. We got love for you. I appreciate everything, you know, especially playing your part. You were very instrumental even in P, you know what I'm saying, in many ways, being able to accomplish what he did, you know, and being a part of that, which in essence created a lane for me, you know what I'm saying? Because most likely if it wasn't for you and P, I wouldn't be here, you know what I mean? So I want to give you your flowers while you're here, bro. Tell you I appreciate you, got love for you, you know what I'm saying? Keep doing what you're doing, you know what I mean?
Well, like I told you before, and you I see myself in you, in everything that you're doing, and the moves you're making, and this platform you're taking, and the things that you're doing to perpetuate yourself further in life is a beautiful thing. And I'm proud, you understand, to say you my brother. You understand? I'm proud to say that you in my family. You know what I mean? And I'm proud of you and the things that you are doing and accomplishing with all of these things that you want to be into. You know what I'm saying? So you taking your lead, and you taking points from other people that made it, that successful, and you utilizing them in your life to be successful. And that right there is commendable in itself.
I appreciate that, big brother, you know. And like I said, you done always supported me, you know what I mean, through everything. There's never been a no. I never heard a no from you, even if it was some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I know I can call you the middle of the night, but I got these bodies in the trunk, bro. I need you to come. Like, well, fuck. Shit, nigga, you couldn't have called me earlier. I was asleep. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't gonna say no. You know what I mean? So I appreciate you, big brother. You know, keep doing what you're doing. Keep being great. You know what I mean? And keep, you know, spread. Because one thing about you got game. You know what I mean? You got a lot of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. And you always are free to share it. You know what I'm saying? So I love that about you. So I just want to give you flowers while you're here, bro.
Appreciate you, black man. Nothing but love. You know that.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, well, that's it. I'm going to let you go, bro. 2-hand salute to you, bro.
Yes, sir. Power to the people.
Yeah, power to the people. Appreciate you, man.